Testing, testing. All right. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Friday Night Fight Talk. As per usual, I'm your host, Jay, and welcome back. This week, I'm a little sick at the moment. Actually, pretty sick. So, my voice sounds a lot different. That's why. Don't mind it. Hopefully, it's just this week. And I have some unfortunate news about next week, although I don't think it's an event that a lot of people really care about. Next week, I am getting my wisdom teeth pulled the day before the episode. So either I can record the episode on a Wednesday, or I can not post the episode at all, because I will not be able to speak after. They're not even putting me out. So just a note, there may or may not be an episode next week, just because, due to unfortunate circumstances, getting my fucking teeth ripped out. Sorry for the inconvenience. I don't know why the fuck I sounded like Mario there, bro. What the fuck? Anyways, UFC 315 in Montreal was amazing. I got to go live. It is absolutely amazing. All the videos I have are spectacular. I got some awesome UFC merch, awesome memories. Fuck, that whole event was sick. There's only the only boring fight was Grasso and Silva was pretty bad, and Sterling and Ursulin was pretty bad until the last round. And also Kutalaba Bukowskis wasn't that bad, but other than those three, it was a really good card all around. And I hate Manon Fiorot now. She turned into Mario Bautista in that Valentina fight, and I genuinely thought they were going to rob Valentina. Luckily, she edged at the 48-47. So, yeah. This week, really shitty Apex card. We got Burns versus Morales. This was supposed to be on 315. So they didn't have a main event for this card, so they had to pull it off. And there's a whole two ranked fighters, I'm standing corrected. First fight of the night has a couple ranked fighters. So let's just get into it. Starting off, versus, also known as Tisha Pennington versus Luana Pinheiro. I'm just going to go Tisha Pennington to win the decision, man. I could give a fuck about either of these girls, although Luana Pinheiro is kind of a baddie. But I know she's also the girl that got elbowed in the poo hole by Jillian Robertson. So yeah, that's that Canada power coming for you. That's what you get when you fuck with the Great White North. Yeah, I'm gonna go Tisha Pennington to win a decision just for shits and giggles. Honestly, Luana could probably win it out, or edge out a win, but I'm not even in the Immortal tournament this season. So it's fine. I don't need to worry about my picks as much. God forbid last week. Actually, I fucking cooked with picking all the Canadians. The only one I got wrong was Prepelech and Katona. I did shit in the season last season, or in the tournament last season, but I just fucking popped off, and of course I'm out. And I'm out, so I'm not even in the losers bracket. So just know next season, if you're listening, your spot's not reserved. All right, this one spot, that's for me. We got 32 spots now. I did not know there was a limit on the website. I'm going to see if I can find something that doesn't have a limit, but for now, this is what we got. Next up, we got flyweight. We got Hyun Sung Park versus Carlos Hernandez. What the fuck did I do? Dude, this sick mind is getting to me. Carlos Hernandez, his last win is over the guy whose name I can't pronounce. I think it's fucking Tumen Dembarel or something like that. Wait, Tumen Dembarel. Yeah, I just said it. Holy shit. I'm not going to try and pronounce his first name. I'm going to try and pronounce his first name. Nyam Jargal, something like that. Yeah, it was a good win. Hyun Sung Park is undefeated. Looking like he's actually fucking finishing people at flyweight, which is kind of fun. So, just for shits and giggles, I'm going to go and I'm going to say Hyun Sung Park beats Carlos Hernandez. And I'm going to say he gets KO'd. I know Carlos Hernandez, his last KO was only to fucking Tyra. But hey, we're gonna see that KO come back. a lot later. So yeah. Young Sung Pa KO. Alright, next up, Elise Reed versus Denise Gomez. I'm just gonna say Denise Gomez by whatever the fuck she wants. She looks like a lesbian, so probably gonna be her choice. I will say, I don't know. Do I want to say submission? I don't even know if she has good grappling, man. You know what? We'll say KO. Fuck it. Why not? We'll do KO. I don't know. We'll do round 2. We'll say round 2. Alright, next up. Women's bantamweight. Pretty shitty, except there's kind of a baddie. Luana Santos is kind of, ooh. So I'm just going to pick her to win a decision. Completely judging off her face and nothing alone. Maybe her body. Luana Santos, decision, everyone, yeah. That's some Joe Rogan shit. Or some John Anik. That sounds like some random shit John Anik would say on a commentary podcast. Alright, fight fans, now I'm looking to predict this fight based off purely, like, look at their stature. Lisboa is looking, she doesn't look like she has that fat of an ass as her. And then Joe Rogan chimes in like, oh, yeah, you're completely right. DC's over there probably eating a fucking cheeseburger. Sorry I'm going on an autistic fucking rant. I don't know what this is. I'm just in a fucking goofy mood right now, and I don't know why. I've been playing the new Doom lately. I don't know if anyone plays Doom or games at all. But it's been fucking great so far. Yeah. Alright, and moving on. We got featherweight. We got Yadir Del Valle and versus Connor Matthews. Connor Matthews, if I'm not wrong, yeah, he got fucking KO'd bad in his last fight. And he's on a 2-fight skid. Both KO, not doing great. Yadir DeVale, I want to say making his debut. I'll just go for shits and giggles. I don't even know if he has KO power at all. I'll say Yadir DeVale. We'll complete Connor Matthews' trifecta here. He's got knocked out in round 1 and round 3. We'll say he gets knocked out in round 2 this time. So I'm picking Yadir DeVale, Del Valle, whatever, by KO in the second round. Because I need to turn the noise cancellation on. Jeez. By basically whatever the fuck he wants, to be completely honest. Woo! Alright, this is another good one. We got Jared Gordon. I don't know why this is on the prelims, to be completely honest. Realistically, what the fuck did I do to my website? Realistically, this should be way higher on the card. We got Jared Gordon versus Thiago Moises. Jared Gordon might be the king of getting robbed. In his last fight, he fought Hawk Prost, who's also the king of winning robberies. I swear to God, this guy's won 2 robberies in a row. Jared Gordon got robbed against Hawk Prost, got robbed against Pimblett. At least I would say most people would say he got robbed against Pimblett. There's still the odd. I actually, you know what? Fuck that. I don't know a single guy that says Patty won that fight. Other than Patty himself. Mate, was it a close fight at all? Oh, no, it wasn't close. Sorry for the fucking Patty impression. And then we got Thiago Moises over here. Notable losses. He's lost to Ludovic Klein, who's on next week. BSD. Who's the other one thinking of? Alvarez. Oh, fuck. The obvious Makachev. That was a fight name main event, if I'm not wrong. Years and years and years ago. But he also has a win over Bobby Green. Used to be really good. Now he's just win one, lose one type of guy. I'm going to go, and I swear to God, if this fucker gets robbed again, I'm going to get pissed off. I'm going to go Jared Gordon. I'm going to say he wins the decision. Jared Gordon, I wouldn't really say that when you're up against him, you're not really going to get finished. Fuck, I can't remember the last. I think he had that one guy. When was that fight? I think it was an MSG. For the Pereira versus Yuri 1. I think he KO'd a guy. But I wouldn't say really is going to KO people. Thiago Moises especially not. I'm going to say Jared Gordon just wins a decision here. Nothing special. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to grab some Kleenex. I am stuffed right now. That sounded a little gay. Don't quote me on that. Okay. Ugh. There we go. Yeah, probably sounded like a completely different person when I came back. I actually just ran the and then just got my voice back into gear. All right, prelim headliner. Man, I'm flying through these picks just like I did the other day. We got Gabe Green versus Mathis. Why didn't I think Mateus? Why did I think Mathis? Can I read? Mateus Camilo. Jesus, I'm sorry you had to hear that. You probably just got ear raped. Gabe Green, his last fight was a long time ago against Brian Battle. Before that, he fought Cuxado as well. He's been out for, it's 2 years. That's a 2-year layoff. It's been over 2 years since he's fought. He's back. Maybe he got cut. Let me check. I'm going to check his Tapology. See if he got cut. Now he's back. Tapology. Let's see. Is this him? Make sure it's not another Gabe Green. That's quite the common name. Let's see. Pull up his stats here. What's your record, Gabriel Green? 11-5-0. Okay, it's the same guy. Alright, let's take a look here. His last... Oh, no, he really has just been out for 2 years. Wow, that's surprising. So he's had 2 canceled fights in between that. He has had a canceled fight with Jake Matthews and James Lontop. Both in 2023 and 2024. Man, 14-second KO for Brian Battle. Or is it 14 seconds left? I can't tell. Let me take a look. Oh no, it was 14 seconds. Fuck. Wow. Sorry, I got off track there. And we got Mathis Camilo making his debut. So someone who's been out for a bit, and then someone who's a young blood trying to get active. I'm going to say Mathis Camilo, and I'm going to say he's going to KO him, and I'm going to say probably later in the fight, probably in the 3rd round. So I think he'll get the job done. Yeah, that's about it. All right, moving on, main card. We got quick turnaround for both of these guys. I swear both these guys fought very recently. Milkazale, I already know this is his 3rd fight this year for Costa. And Julian Arosa, I believe this is already his 2nd. Yeah. This will be his 2nd fight this year after quick turnaround after he beat Darren Elkins. We got Julian Arosa versus Milkazale Costa. This is going to be Costa's 3rd fight this year. Giving Kevin Holland a run for his money. At this time, he'll have more fights than Kevin Holland, and Kevin Holland's trying to break that record, having the most fights this year. But looks like Costa could give him a run for his money if he keeps this activity up. Anyways, he's been looking really good lately. Julian Arosa, don't get me wrong, had a really good KO over Darren Elkins. However, I am going to pick Costa, and I'm going to say he wins a decision again. Once again this year. This will be his... Oh, no, he submitted Andre Philly. Never mind. I was going to say this will be his 3rd decision, but to think that this guy was out for, 8 months after his last fight? Now he's back every other month. Quick turnarounds for this guy. Yeah, I'm going to say Costa wins a decision. Next up, we got one of the pound-for-pound worst fighters, Dustin Stoltzfus. Don't ask about UFC Fight Night Edmonton. Don't ask. Versus Nursultan Ruzaboyev. I don't know when this fight got announced, to be completely honest. I know Ruzaboyev was on the Seattle card, but, this just kind of out of nowhere. I feel like people know Ruziboyev after the Buckley fight. Stoltzfus had a CGI win over Marc-Andre Barriault. By the way, great performance on the weekend. I do not know. Here's another thing. I do not know how the fuck Bruno Silva went 3 rounds with Alex Pereira, middleweight Alex Pereira, and is the only person to bring him to a decision at middleweight. Yet, how the fuck do you get KO'd in 1 round by Marc-Andre Barriault, man? I just don't get it. Anyways, Stoltzfus, one of the worst fighters in the UFC, in my opinion. He's just a win one, lose one kind of guy. If he loses this, he's probably fighting for his contract here. If he loses this, he's out. Speak the devil. I think he's gonna lose. And Nursultan Ruziboyev, I'm actually gonna pick him to KO him. I know a lot of people are high on Ruziboyev's grappling, which, don't get me wrong, he has good grappling, but we haven't seen it much. I feel like a lot of people are not overestimating, but that's not his game plan in the UFC. We haven't seen him grapple much. He has 20 submission wins, but out of all his wins in the UFC, they've all been KO. They've all been KO, every single one. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Ruziboyev, and I'm gonna say he KOs Stoltzfus in the first round. After this, I wouldn't be surprised if they give him a ranked opponent. I won't lie. And that's just me saying that. I don't think he should get a ranked opponent. I think middleweight, the unranked middleweight area is very competitive. So I don't think he should get a ranked opponent. But I feel like the UFC's trying to push this guy because he's 6'5". They're like, this guy's huge for this division. He is. But, like, also, is he that good? He got beat by someone who's 5'9". At welterweight. Don't get me wrong, I really like Joaquin Buckley. But Ruziboyev had every reason to win that fight other than the fact that it was on short notice. Anyways, getting off track. Nursultan Ruziboyev, I'm going to take KO in round 1. Featured bout. Where the fuck did this guy go? We got... Excuse me, I don't know what the fuck just happened. I just had a... It's like my throat was pulsing. Oh, that was weird. Where the fuck did Sadiq Yusuff go for, like, over a year? Did this guy just pull a Jack Hermanson and die? Like, or a Nikita Krylov and die? Like, what the fuck? Anyways, we got Sadiq Yusuff versus Mayron Santos. Mayron Santos coming off that robbery win over, what's his name? Francis Marshall, I think. Is it Francis Marshall? Yeah. I knew his last name was Marshall, but I didn't know if it was Francis or not. I wanted to take a wild guess. Yeah. Good robbery win there. Sadiq Yusuff coming off a huge layoff and a KO loss to Diego Lopez. Before that, he had that decision loss for probably comeback of the year from Edson Barboza. Before that, he put on... I think he had a notable win over Caceres. That's another guy that's disappeared. Where the fuck did Caceres go, man? When was his last fight? April last year? May last year. So he's been out for a year. No sign of announcement, though. Like, did this guy just retire? No, it says he's active. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Sadiq Yusuff. Sorry. Versus Mayron Santos. Don't get me wrong, Sadiq's been out for a year, but I really don't think Santos is actually that good, especially after his last fight. I'm going to pick Sadiq Yusuff, and I'm going to say he wins a decision. I don't think he'll KO him. But I think he'll go with the same game plan Marshall had. Just pretty much outclass him with the wrestling. Make a clear decision and then get robbed. I'm kidding. But I do think Sadiq Yusuff is probably going to win this fight. And I don't know why he's moving up to lightweight. Is it just that it was tough to make featherweight, or he didn't want to go down and fight Lopez again? He was ranked at featherweight. Like, don't get me wrong. Right now, the featherweight rankings are fucked. I feel like not enough people are talking about that. It's pretty fucked, okay? Think about this. Max Holloway and Ilia Topuria, both competing at lightweight, are still ranked. Why? I don't know. And Ilya's number 3 for some reason, by the way, even though he realistically should be number 1. Max Holloway, also at the number 1 spot. Yair and Movsar tied for 4. I think that's clear that Movsar should be higher, just based off of he hasn't lost in that division. And I know I'm saying that he's undefeated, blah 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 blah. But like Yair Rodriguez is coming off a loss to Ortega, who's also ranked number 7. He should be higher. And then KO lost to Volk. Like, one win over Patricio Pitbull keeps you in title contention? Like, what the fuck? He's unranked. That was his debut, man. Like, that's just fucked. Arnold Allen is actually at a pretty decent spot. I would probably put him at the 5. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's some spots I agree with, but there's also some spots. Also, they do not have star power at all. Like, who the fuck cares about David Onama, man? David Onama. Man, give me Bryce Mitchell back. I'm sorry. He's talking about Hitler and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's really bad, actually. Okay, I don't want to cancel my career, but like Bryce Mitchell's a pretty funny guy. Oh boy, I can hear the comments coming. Oh shit. My bad. Listen, he's not funny. I don't agree with what he says. I don't like Hitler. I just think that he's so stupid to the point that it's absolutely hilarious. Anyone ever seen the tough clip? I'm sure we've all seen it. The tough clip of him making the bow. Like, tell me that's not fucking hilarious. What are you doing there, Bryce? I'm making a bow. Why? Shoot things. Okay. Yeah, you ever had squirrel nuggets before? What the fuck? Yeah, squirrels, a little varmint lives in a tree. Shoot it, you cook it on the grill, and it tastes real good. What the fuck, Bryce? This was him way back when. Are we sure this guy wasn't always fucked? I'm getting off track. I'm getting so off track. Anyways, Sadiq Youssef, decision. Next up, I think this is fucked. Light heavyweight, we got Rodolfo Bellato versus Paul Craig. When did we start glazing Bellato? When? Okay, listen. This guy went to a draw with Jimmy Crute. Almost got finished in the first round. Alright. Managed to win the second and the third. But, like, really? One draw is good enough to be a minus 500 favorite? After getting almost finished by Jimmy Crute? How long was Jimmy Crute's layoff before he had that fight? How long was his layoff? What was it? He fought on International Fight Week that one year. Like, it was like a year and a half? Off, minimum? Probably a little longer. And you almost got finished by him, man. And Paul Craig over here has been around the block. This guy's seen everything with a 100% finish rate. You really can't pick Paul Craig to win a decision. I feel like a lot of people don't recognize that Paul Craig actually has an 100% finish rate. Most of them by triangle chokes. Somehow. So yeah, speak of the devil, I'm gonna go with Paul Craig to win by submission, and I'll say in the second round. Bellato, don't get me wrong, he has the recipe to win this fight, probably. Craig's pretty chinny, but Paul Craig has been around the block. I think he's gonna latch up a triangle choke, and I think he's gonna choke him out. Also, can we just talk about how is Bellato a bigger favorite than Caio Barallo was? Are we fucking serious, man? Like, come on. Anyways. And here I am celebrating over here after fucking Bo Nickel finally lost and lost all his star power. Like, why were we putting this guy on the main card of UFC 300 again? Why were we doing that? Sorry, what? What? He's a star? Who is he fighting? Cody Brundage? Oh, that's a pretty big star right there. Who's the feature prelim again? Yuri Prochazka. Yuri Prochazka? Oh, really? Number one contender. Might have been number two at the time. Oh, no. Bo Nickal's way better than that guy. Future champ right there. Subs Hamzat Chimaev. Like, what? Why are we talking about that guy like that? I'm still getting off track. All right, and the main event. This one is a lot closer than I think it is. It's Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales. Don't get me wrong. This is actually a closer fight than I actually think people are making it out to be. Obviously, Morales is a minus 850 favorite. Which is, come on, that's a little absurd. Gilbert Burns has kind of solidified his spot as a gatekeeper. Which you always hear Gilbert Burns talking about giving people opportunities. If you've ever watched a Gilbert Burns fight, you hear someone on the commentary team talking about how he loves giving opportunities. I swear it's like the one thing they bring up about Gilbert Burns like all the time. So he's got to solidify his spot as a gatekeeper. Michael Morales is that up and coming contender. He's undefeated. And man, yeah, this guy is scary. To say the least. His last win was over Neil Magny. Don't get me wrong, a win over Neil Magny is pretty good, but you got to prove yourself a bit more. Granted, I think that, and I'm not going to say that he will KO Gilbert Burns. When's the last time Gilbert Burns got KO'd? I can't even remember. Fuck, yeah, I can't even remember. Has he? It might have been like one of his first fights. I think he got KO'd, if I'm not wrong. Way back when he lost. Oh, Dan Hooker. That was it. When he fought Dan Hooker. That's a weird one to think about. That Dan Hooker's gone down to 145 and Gilbert Burns is 170 now. And Dan Hooker KO'd Gilbert Burns. The lighter guy KO'd him. It's just weird to think about. Anyways, I'm going to say Michael Morales wins a decision. I do not think he will KO Gilbert Burns. And Gilbert Burns is pretty durable. Wait, no. I'm a fucking dumbass. Oh my god. I am so stupid. I just thought of this. I can't believe I was thinking for so long about who's the last guy that KO'd Gilbert Burns. It's fucking Usman. I'm so dense. Sorry, the sick brain rot is rotting me. Oh my god. I can't believe it. It just took me that long to figure out that Usman was the last guy that KO'd Gilbert Burns. I'm so stupid. Because I was just about to bring up, like, yeah, Gilbert Burns did good against Usman. And then I was like, wait a minute, didn't he get KO'd in that fight? I was like, oh wait, fuck. Oh my god. Anyways, Michael Morales' decision. And we have one question this week. And three-piece. I'm sorry if I didn't see your questions. You always have the best. I am recording this like not long after I posted the thing, so if you commented, I have not seen it. But it's, can Michael Morales fight for a title? I'm gonna assume because certain misspelled this or forgot a word. I'm gonna assume it's, can Michael Morales fight for a title one day? And what's his peak? See, I don't like doing this with these contenders because, like, think of all the people that were undefeated once at one point and now are not undefeated and not fighting for a title. Like, think of all the prospects that have gotten fraud checked. But I will say Michael Morales can be a top contender probably. But I really have to see where he goes to fight for a title. I have to see the path they give him, because they could give him an easy layup to the title, like what they're doing with like Patty right now. Patty, they're giving him a real easy shot to the title. Like one more win, and say they give him like Dan Hooker. Like, that could be an easy fight for him to win. It just really depends on what layup they give him. And then, of course, can he beat JDM, who's also the new champion, which is fucking mind-boggling to me. That JDM would be the one to beat the brakes off Bilal. I knew he was a nightmare matchup. But now I'm just hyped for JDM versus Buckley, because it's inevitable now. Unless, like, they're probably gonna put, actually, I don't know why I'm acting they're not gonna put Islam first. They're gonna put Islam first. Who's also vacating the title, which is fucking crazy. But I really like to see what they do, because, like, say he wins this, he moves up to number 8. Who does he fight next? Like, maybe Leon? I could see Leon. I could see Shavkat, but Shavkat's probably going to get a number 1 contender fight, especially if Shavkat beats him, because they want to... Actually, that's the guy they really want to give easy layups to, Shavkat. He doesn't have a single win in the top 5, okay? Think about that. He's ranked number 3. Doesn't have a top 5 win. Same thing with Movsar. Actually, that's a lie. He has Arnold Allen. Never mind. But Shavkat, really easy layup to the title, so I think he could fight for the title, depending on the path that he takes. If he just rises up casually like Shavkat did, I think he can fight for a title. As if he will win it, I'm not sure. It's tough to say if he beats JDM. JDM is a hard-hitting, hard matchup for him. He's got power, really good takedown defense. And here's the other thing, too, and I'll answer your question. He can be a champion, but he has to try hard. But here's the interesting thing for me. Islam is going up to welterweight now. So he ducked a hard-hitting 145er. So a hard-hitting lighter man with good takedown defense. Okay? So he ducked someone who with good takedown defense, who hits hard. He's in a lighter division. And he's now going up a division to face someone who hits hard and has good takedown defense. Like, the things aren't adding up for me here. Like, could he not have stayed, gotten one more good title defense? Here's the thing with Islam. A lot of people call him lightweight GOAT, and I will say he probably is. But he left that division doing less than Khabib did. And this is a hot take, because Khabib beat Conor, Dustin, Justin. Just those 3 alone, that's elite. Islam has beat Volk and Poirier, realistically, as real title defenses. And it was, Poirier was not on the level that he was in the Khabib fight. You know that, and I know that. Volk, arguably his prime, but a 145er. So I gotta say, like, I really think Islam needed one more defense. I really think he did, but that's just me. At least one. Like, it didn't even have to be Sarukian. And you know what? If he got Sarukian, I actually would have been fine with it. But no, we got short notice Moicano. But, like, say if we got the Sarukian win, or say he maybe fought Gaethje. I know that's controversial, but, like, say if he stayed for International Fight Week and he fought Ilya instead, that would have been a good title defense. Don't get me wrong, a 145er, but one that has never been beat before. Same thing with Volk, I won't lie. That's why people count Volk as a good title defense for Islam. That's why I'm saying it's a good title defense as well. But I would have said an Ilya, an Arman, even an Oliveira or a Gaethje would have been a good title defense for Islam, and then he could have moved up the division. Just not ducking anyone, man. Like, now he's moved up, ducking the division, and now Ilya says he's willing to go up to 170 if Islam wants to keep running. Realistically, I hate to say it, I see Ilya winning the Oliveira fight. I don't want to admit that, because Oliveira is literally top 3 favorite fighters for me. But Ilya's probably going to win that. And don't get me wrong, I like Ilya too. I like Ilya, even though he's knocked out literally my 2 favorite fighters. This guy's going to knock out my entire top 3, bro. He's going to knock out Volk, Max, and Oliveira. That's my entire top 3. Oh my god. Anyways, nearing the end of this episode. Oh, also, Dricus and Hamzat is official for UFC 319, which leaves a question as to where is Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev going to go down. Abu Dhabi, maybe, but I feel like they're targeting Islam JDM for that. Yeah, I don't know. And Kai Kara-France finally getting his title shot. Which it's questionable if he's going to win or not for me. I won't lie. I feel like a lot of people underestimate Pantoja. But I also feel like more people underestimate Kai Kara-France. Well, that's just me. Thank you guys for listening once again. I might not see you next week, but I will hopefully see you the week after for Is it UFC Atlanta already? Anyways, bye bye.